Hi, I'm Susie. I wanted to share with you the reason behind making Sunny Side Makery, as well as the reason behind some of the content I'm going to be sharing more often. I started Sunny Side Makery about 2 years ago now. I was teaching full-time, and I was also the director of a local nonprofit. And another part of just who I am is that I have this weird condition where all my joints dislocate. And it's just been part of who I am. It started when I was about 4, from what I could notice, and just slowly progressed, starting just like with my one shoulder dislocating, and then slowly other joints also started dislocating. For a long time, it was just kind of like a fun party trick where it was just something that happened. It wasn't painful, just kind of it just happened. But then about the time I started student teaching is when it started becoming painful. That's when ribs started dislocating, vertebrae started dislocating, even like the cartilage in my neck, to where sometimes like breathing just felt weird. And so this is called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. It's a connective tissue disorder, and it's a genetic thing that can happen. It can get passed down, but it can also just kind of happen even without like seeing it in other family members too. And so for me, again, teaching full-time, directing a nonprofit, it was pretty stressful. And so stress is one of the things that can make this condition feel a lot bigger. And so it was feeling a lot bigger at that time. And even though it might seem a little backwards to add another thing into the mix, my husband and I could just tell that like I needed an outlet. I needed something creative, something fun, some time to just dedicate away and with other people. And so we got a laser. I got a glow forge, and it was a big commitment to get that. And so that was also my commitment to myself to finally start selling my crafts. And so that's when I created Sunny Side Makery. And with that, I wanted a happy name, something that was just kind of silly. The word makery, kind of the older affixation of the word maker, to be a makery, a place where things are made, and something that's just happy, where there's always a sunny side to every situation, where even though I was in the middle of something that was tough, there was still this bright moment in the middle of it. And so we made Sunny Side Makery, and I started devoting time to making things and going to markets and meeting people and talking to people and just setting that time aside. And it was so good. Again, even though sometimes it just felt really backwards, but it was just really special time. And then of course, things build, and my body just was having a hard time keeping up. And so it became really clear that I just needed rest, for all of us involved. And so I took some time to rest this last year, and that meant having an opportunity to spend time going full-time with Sunny Side Makery, just seeing what can happen with that. I'd love to share with you some of my goals at some point in the future, and just seeing what can happen with this little business. But in the meantime, it's just been so good to have time to dedicate to making. But also in that, I've really realized how many quirks I have to be able to cope with chronic pain, chronic fatigue, chronic migraines, all of those different things. And in talking with other people who also deal with chronic pain, chronic fatigue, chronic migraines, things like that, we all have those different things that we do to just kind of get through the day and get through those spikes of or influxes of whatever it is that we're going through. And so I'm also going to start sharing, in addition to what I'm creating, some of those tips or suggestions or just quirks of things that I'm doing to be able to get through those days, get through those times. Some of them might be weird, some of them might be helpful for you. We'll just kind of roll with it and see what happens. I feel like that's just been my motto for this last year. Just roll with it and see what happens. So thanks for watching. Thanks for being along for the ride. And thank you for supporting me along the way. Love you guys.